gonna do it without even asking him.
Now, how's he gonna get him to come forward?
He's just gonna kind of send him, basically, is all you're gonna do. So it's the same thing you do from the ground. So right now he's just telling him that when you come up next to this fence, it's a good thing. I get to pet you, I get to rub on you. But if you leave this fence, it's a bad thing. So he's gonna ask him to move forward just a little bit, just like you would by putting your hand forward and sending him. And then when he moves forward, you release asking and you just rub on him. That's all you do. And then after he rubs on him a little bit, he'll send him away on purpose. And then ask him to come back. So now he's away, and he'll look at that hip to get it closer to the fence. And she says, oh, I don't know about this. It's a little exciting. There we go. So yeah, now he's trying. Made his feet move a little bit, and he said, oh, I'm just going to come back and stand here because that's where I get pet. This is a good place. And I'll ask him to come forward just a little bit and release when he does. And see how he's got his head bent towards the fence? So if Chief were to go off right now, he's in position already to do an emergency stop. So if Chief were to bolt out of that position, he's in a safe spot to turn him around and stop him and probably slide off pretty quickly. And Chief stood perfectly for that.
Got little shivers now and then.
Yeah. But the try that he has is amazing. And he's climbing the railroad ties for you. And so he's going to do it again. But see how his head's bent the other way? Right now, if Chief were to take off and his head was bent that other way, it'd be bad news. But he's got his head bent around. He's flexing him, telling him he's a good boy, which is exactly what we do if we were on his back to ride, is we would get on and flex for a few minutes before we let their feet move. And then he's going to flex him the other way. She says, I don't know.
Whoop.
That's the bareback problem. The good news is Chief doesn't react if you come up. This is why we need a saddle. Bareback on a spindly little horse is not easy. Especially because he's very flexible. He feels like a little worm underneath you.
Laughing at me.
So when he starts to get keyed up and kind of gets excited, just take a step back especially with this exercise, you don't really want them to get excited. You really want to work on keeping them calm. He's going to get himself some reins this time. So now his goal is his feet not to move. His goal is just to flex them on both sides.
Like a little worm.
I know, he's very flexible, huh? It's hard to stay on. hasn't had anybody on his back in, what, 2 months?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Nice thing about bareback is you can slide off pretty good when you need to. And that Ryan's a lot of weight for him too. He's never had that much of a load on him either.
Sand's pretty soft, I'm sure.
So now today, all he's gonna try to do is get a nice stop and a couple flexions, and then he'll get off and call it good for today, because that's pretty good for a 4-year-old that hasn't been ridden in 2 months to take someone bareback.
Yeah.
Especially one that's hardly been ridden at all. And to be in a halter. And then once he flexes good, he just allows him to back up just a little bit, just like that. You did good, right? Chief's like, what the heck just happened?